Hello and welcome to Thunderbird Blades. My name is Neil and today we're exploring the Benchmade Bugout, a knife that floats like a butterfly and stings like a flippin' bee. So is this American-made blade a flipping awesome knife? Honestly, yes and no. The Bugout is rocking an attractive 3.24 inch drop point blade, sexy swedge, satin finish with a tall flat grind, slight light stonewash I think. It's cut from Benchmade's lifetime supply of S30V, which holds a really good edge. My hands can attest to that. Nice and thin behind the edge. It's got a blade thickness of around 0.09 inches. So it's nice and slicey. Blade centering. Pretty good straight out the box. No complaints there. The knife is fully ambidextrous. Big thumbs up to Benchmade. They've really taken into account those flipsters that carry goofy. You've got the axis lock and a very attractive and effective mini deep carry pocket clip. Fully reversible. Mulligan. Mulligan again. The knife is very understated. It comes with clean line, good ergos. There aren't really any hot spots to speak of. It fits nicely in hand due to its relatively kind of thin profile. It's not hyper knife design by any stretch, but it's clean. It's well thought out. It's a platform that kind of leans towards function over form. And I can get kind of a good four-finger grip on the handle. I've got relatively large hands. Anything I would have liked to have seen is, well, we've got some jimping here. I would have liked to have seen a bit on the blade, on the spine, because my hand just naturally wants to ride up beyond the jimping on the scales. Definitely an attractive color scheme. I love the blue. Nice anodized standoffs. And ding dong. Look at those dual thumb studs. They're pretty. The knife is feather light. It's coming in at a fighting weight of 1.85 ounces. Benchmade have achieved this by using cartridge liners. Let's see if we can get in there. Yeah, you can see them. They come out to about here, and then the rest is just the plastic scale. And they've also saved weight with adding a titanium axis lock, as well as the plastic Grivery scales. One thing that did surprise me out of the box was the relative size. I was expecting this knife to be a little bigger than it actually is. So let's just do a quick size comparison. See how it stacks up against some other knives. So let's bring in its cousin, the Foregrip Tillion, and also a full-size Freak. So as you can see, it just is. It's a little smaller than these two knives. They're all full-size knives in their own right. But it's kind of more in that, I'd say, mid to large size category. Okay, what else have we got here? Let's bring in the granddaddy of EDCs, Paramilitary 2, and let's also add the Civivi Joris. So it definitely holds its weight against the Para 2. It's actually got a comparable cutting length if you look at that. What else have we got here? Let's bring in something a little smaller. The Best Tech Goblin. And why not, just for fun, my son's wooden pocket knife. He made that himself. It's absolutely cool. Maybe do a review of that one day. Okay, So here's the things that bug me about the Bugout. It's just not a drop shutty knife. It just doesn't flip well, at least not from me. Oops, mulligan. There you go, just proved my point. The blade has such little mass that you've really got to give it the beans to get it to kind of to overcome the forces of friction. This one definitely needs some kind of love and attention. Like I said, maybe I just got a bad one. But that side, my biggest gripe about this knife is these Grivory scales. You know, the knife's kind of currently running around $1.20. For that kind of money, these plastic scales, they just look cheap. They feel cheap, and they sound cheap too. They also flex like a bodybuilder in a brothel. Look at that. Just doesn't feel like good value for money. Although I say on the flip side, you know, if weight is the driving force behind your purchasing decision, then this is worth every single penny. I just personally would have liked to have seen this knife come in around the sub $100 range, but you never know. I mean, maybe $120 is a price worth paying for an American-made knife. Finally, you know, the last thing that kind of bothers me about this knife is really to do with the name. I just find it incredibly confusing. You know, in a bug-out survival, end of the world type of scenario, this would not be my first pick. I'd probably reach for my Freak before I reach for the Bugout. You know, it's just a much sturdier knife. To quote the great Carl Pilkington, it's got excellent grippage. The FRN scales. You can beat the life out of this thing. It just feels rock solid. Now, if I was going on a backpacking expedition where every ounce counted, then I would consider this. So maybe, you know, Benchmade, a more appropriate name is the Benchmade Backpack rather than the Benchmade Bugout. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope you liked the review. If you'd like to see more, please click the like and subscribe buttons. If you think this sucks, please click the dislike button twice. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for stopping by. Stay safe and keep flipping awesome knives.